Hello everyone, yours truly, the Tech Gear Guy. Today I have received a new phone in the mail, the HTC Incredible put out by Verizon Wireless, which is to be available on April 29th. Apparently my shipment has come already. So here we are looking at the HTC Incredible. Now, it's not going to be probably a full-on review. Let's just take a quick run through. So I have lined up a couple of familiar-looking devices just so that we can get a pretty good sense of the size. When you're looking at the HTC Incredible against iPod Touch, let's see, right there. So you can see that it is a slightly longer and narrower. And as far as the thickness wise, it is obviously a little bit thicker since it does a little bit more things than iPod Touch. I don't have an iPhone. I'm a big fan of an iPhone, but I'm not a big fan of an AT&T network at all, so I do not have an iPhone. And here's this iPod Classic is wearing a jacket, but you can kind of get an idea of the different size. And let's look at BlackBerry Tor, also available through Verizon, so you can see the thickness. You can see the size. Again, it is narrower and longer, ever so slightly thinner than the BlackBerry Tor. So that's what the device is like. It has the rubberized back, so it gives you nice, decent tactile feel when you're holding it. And it has these little groove-looking designs that gives you a little bit more, something substantial to hold on to. The entire surface is touch sensitive, just like an Apple iPhone. And this particular model comes with the what HTC calls a scene, which is like a theme UI. And this particular model comes with HTC Sense UI, which is something that makes Android phone easier to use, not so geek friendly, but more normal people friendly. Normal people, imagine that. So that's what the phone is like, and on the side, pretty well laid out, pretty clean design. You got your volume up and down. You got your USB and little groove on the bottom to pop the battery cover open. Nothing on the side, and you got your headphone jack, and you got your on-off, and also wake it up from standby. And on the front, nothing really going on. Home, menu, back, search, so standard Android affair. The phone itself is really well laid out, and it's light enough, but also at the same time substantial enough for you to hold on to. And boy, same concern that any iPhone user have. The touch surface is just going to get destroyed via as you're putting it inside of in and out of your pocket, so on and so forth. So there you go. Nothing really special going on. You can see the probably little background moving. HTC has a really nice widget that shows the weather and flip clocks and all that good stuff. And you can access your typical, all the apps and menus. Obviously, app market for Android is nothing like the Apple iPhone app marketplace, but it is burgeoning, it is growing, it is nice. Now, what's something that shocked by a Verizon smartphone is that this thing didn't get disabled for Wi-Fi access. BlackBerry Tor model, all the comparable models on all other networks, they all have Wi-Fi functionality, but it's been nuked on BlackBerry Tor, but consequently, Wi-Fi is available on this Android phone, as well as you can use it. It's kind of like tethering, but basically you can use the included USB cable connected to your laptop and have this function as your 3G modem per se. So that is also available included with this phone, which I was quite shocked that Verizon didn't nuke that. So that is the initial thought that I have on this phone. The camera, we'll put some more use to it, but 8 megapixel 1 gigahertz of Snapdragon processor. I believe it's been downclocked to 768. The onboard memory, which is above 700 meg. And one thing that I've noticed compared to other touch phones like the iPhone, I'm not sure how the accelerometer is configured, but if you're holding in a portrait mode and you flip to landscape mode, at times the on-screen doesn't flip over quickly enough. So that could be an issue. Maybe it's something that will be addressed with the firmware, but I've noticed that. Also, those of you who have an iPhone, something that is nice about iPhone is iPad. You're holding it as such and you can flip it this way or you can flip it that way. The orientation will change accordingly. But as far as I can tell, this particular phone right now, you can flip it only this way. And then keyboard orientation and on the screen will rotate that way. But if you go that way, it will not. So that may be something that could be an issue for some of you out there. So that is my initial impression of the phone, and perhaps we will go more into detail later, but I'm sure there will be hundreds of other gadget websites that will be reviewing this. So also take a look at those. Anyhow, so there you have it. Verizon Wireless HTC Incredible. Until next time, yours truly, the Tech Gear Guy. Take care.